witches, welcome back. So I am just hanging out in my living room right now, rocking some crimped sort of 80s hair I've got going. I'm waiting for my friend to get here. We are going to see a couple of our friends are in an 80s cover band. So they are playing at a bar near us tonight and we are going to go see them. So I'm rocking this sort of crimped 80s hair, which is like fun down here, but I can never get volume at the roots of my hair. It just does not happen. I think because it's so thick and heavy that it's just never going to happen. It's because I like braided it all the way up to the top and it just did not work. And I'm rocking some fun, like, you know, neon color, neon dress. This is actually though my personal power color. I love it. Favorite color for sure. So I wanted to do an introduction to this vlog because I don't vlog. This is something that's totally new for me, but I had been filming a couple of clips earlier. I filmed at the cemetery and then working on a craft project at Michael's. And I was doing some witchy things that did not fit into any of the videos that I had previously planned. So I thought I would just do some vlogging and show you kind of the more fun stuff, I guess, in my life, and also just how I incorporate witchiness into the everyday, because that's what I like to do, is transforming the mundane into the magical and weaving it into my daily life. So let me know if you like these vlog style videos. I've never vlogged, so probably no more than once a month, but I think I could show some clips here and there. So I, of course, filmed those clips and did not include any information about them. So I am going to have those next, and I'm just going to do a voiceover, and then hopefully I will remember to pick up the camera and show you some more of the things that I do in my day-to-day life. I really should have shown doing my hair and doing my makeup because I definitely did glamour magic, and I did some spell work on myself to keep my energy up, because this is the first time I think that the two of us are going out post, you know, everything that happened when like all the bars and stuff were shut down, and we're both like, oh my gosh, we are too old for this now. We usually go see bands at Street Fest where the cutoff time is 10 o'clock here in Chicago. So they have to start, the latest band goes on at 8 o'clock, done by 10, and then you get home. But at the bar, they are not gonna start until like 9:30 or 10. And my friend and I are both like, we don't really stay up that late anymore. Like, what are we going to do? This is not our life anymore because the bars have been closed for the last 2 years. So it should be fun to go out, but I don't know how long we're going to make it. So I did witchcraft on myself to keep my energy up. That is the intention that I put into the coffee that I had, the third coffee that I've had today just an hour ago, and we're probably going to make another cup before we even leave my house because that's how much we don't think we can stay up past 10 o'clock anymore. So I should have shown you all of those things, but now that I have my camera out, I'm going to try to be better at this, and hopefully this will hold me accountable to show you some of the more mundane stuff and how I turn that magical. So clips now coming your way. Let me know if you think they're fun, and hopefully if I remember to film anything tonight, I will show you clips of our friend's band, also playing the 80s music if that's your jam, and I probably already posted it on Instagram, so if you saw that, then you sort of understand the timing of this video. We all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we all try, we know that there's always tomorrow. That you need to be a reason to change. You know, I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. I would tell her that I love her. I just want to show love. Is just one clip of my planning process. I start every month, week, and usually every day with some sort of planning. I absolutely check in with it every day, but I don't always have something to write down, but definitely every week. And I like to pull a tarot card and see what that is. I just shuffle until I feel like one is calling to me, and then I double check with my pendulum and ask the deck if there are any other cards that I need to pull. And my pendulum is telling me no, so that is just the only card that I need there. And I just take some notes on that as part of my process. And then at this point, I was also checking out the protection spells book because I knew I wanted to do something out of there based on the tarot card that I pulled. So I was just looking through there for a simple protection spell to work on that day. So let's just quick look at my little planning process. We also spent the first week of April visiting the cemetery, visiting my dad. He passed away in November 2020. So this was us heading out there because we finally decided to sign our marriage papers. And my boyfriend, fiance, there he is, still needed to ask my dad. So we had to go do that. And I shared this clip on Instagram because I was asking what you think that I'm doing. And based on the timing, a lot of people said maypole, but no, I am actually looking for ribbons to make a hand fasting cord. So I have that. It is almost done. It's a relatively simple process. So I will share a picture of that as well. So to be coming soon. And then the other thing that I wanted to show was just what our little nature area looks like by us. It was finally nice enough to get outside, take the dogs for a walk. Winter and early spring in Chicago is just terrible. So finally we were able to get outside, and that's what it looks like around us. And I also spend some time cleaning. So as you can see, I have a whole pile of herbs in bags from various places, and I wanted to make them nicer. It's not necessary, but I got some glass jars and went through the process of transferring everything over. Oh, that is bright, huh? Good morning, friends. We are in my kitchen to continue along with just some witchy things that I wanted to show you today. I don't really have a plan other than showing you my coffee that I got there. I was going to show my moon water, show a haul of some stuff that I've gotten lately, and we will just see what happens. So let me bring you over to my coffee here that I always talk about. And my dog. Okay, and to say hi to the people. Not so much. It's a little hot today. She's not happy about it. So here is my coffee. I always talk about adding intention into my day first thing with coffee. So I have obviously already brewed this, and I put in some oat milk. I do eat completely plant-based, so no dairy milk for me. Usually I just drink my coffee black like my soul and iced, but I already did that this morning. We are on to second cup of coffee here. So this one I'm actually drinking warm and with a little bit of oat milk. So all I really do is just stir it to add in my intention. I am stirring it in clockwise to add in my intention for the day, which is just energy, positivity, and those are things that I want to attract. And on days where I want to get rid of something, where I want to, if I wake up feeling crabby or not well, then I will stir counterclockwise to get rid of that. And that is pretty much all that I do, other than just hold my hands around the cup to further infuse it with that intention, and hold on to that while it cools down. And then I take my time while I'm drinking this. I'm going to go sit on the couch and hang out and enjoy and focus on those intentions, reflect, maybe pull an oracle card, and just ease into my day, my morning, and actually remember to enjoy my coffee experience. So that is what I am doing now. It's going to be a very low-key day around here. My husband is at the firehouse. It's Sunday. I got so much stuff done around the house, like actual housework yesterday, so I don't have too much of that to do today. So just going to relax, enjoy my day. We are going to go for a WALK here in a little bit, which she's got a lot of energy. So even though she is 13 years old, she needs to work that out, even though it is a little hot for her today. We are going to grooming on Tuesday, so hopefully she will get all of that extra fur off of her. Pomeranians have this like heavy, thick coat, and she's not a purebred Pomeranian. She's the next size up. It's called a Klein Spitz, somewhere in the German Spitz family. But she has that same Pomeranian coat, or like a husky coat, where it's that double coat. They are just so hot in the summer. She runs warm. I keep her short hair all year round, even in the winter. She's like me, winter is her favorite season, rolling around the snow, that's all the things that she loves. But this summer, I mean, it's late spring now, but we've had a little bit of a heat wave here in Chicago where it has been in a couple of 80 something degree days, and both her and I are like, no, this is done. We do not like this. So it's actually a little bit cooler today. It's in the 70s. So I think I can take her for a walk in that. We'll go into the park where it's actually shaded because there's so many trees, and hopefully that will help, because we have been in for the last 3 or 4 days because it has been too hot that both her and I want nothing to do with the outdoors when it's like this. So that is the plan for today, nice and relaxing. And then to, show you a couple of things around here, moon water and halls and things, and we'll see what we get up to. But that is probably everything that I'm going to share. I know I already edited some pieces of the vlog before this where I went to the concert with my friend, those fun things. So you let me know what else you would like to see, because I don't really do vlogs. This is the first one that I've done, but I know a lot of people requested just behind the scenes information, because you usually just hear me on the podcast, and that is a lot of, heavy information, beginner information, but still it is like, getting out a notebook and taking notes and learning something in a classroom and being taught something. So that's a lot different than me sitting here on a vlog and you actually getting to know me and my personality. I like to think that my personality comes across in the podcast, especially in certain episodes. But I think in this vlog format, you actually get to put a face to the name and the voice, and get to know a little bit more about me and see sort of behind the scenes and what I like to do in my daily life as part of my witchcraft practice. So if there is anything that you would particularly like to see in these vlogs, then absolutely let me know. I can make that happen. If there's anything that you want to see, I don't know, in the city of Chicago or in a witchcraft store, what we have around here, then let me know and I will make that happen for next month. So we are outside right now in my backyard. I wanted to show you my setup for moon water. Now obviously this is during the day, but if I tried to come out here at night, you wouldn't be able to see anything. So before we get started, I just wanted to show you one of my little yard cats. My yard panthers, I call them. We have a bunch of feral cats around here, and of course I feed them every single day. So he's waiting for food. But anyway, back to it. So this is one of the things that I do with moon water, is to use it for cleaning. This cleanser specifically is a glass cleaner that I already have in here. So it's just easier to have it in this container. So I will leave it out tonight for the moon. I won't leave it on the railing because again, the cats will totally knock that off, but I will just put it down here on the porch and let that soak up the moonlight. And there are different phases that you can do, of course. Everybody only thinks of the full moon, but it totally depends on what your intentions are. So, during the waning moon is for banishing. So if you are using this as, cleansing on your mirrors to cleanse away something, to banish negative, self-talk and self-doubt and things, then that would be a great option for that. So it all depends on what your intentions are to pick the moon phase. And then what I usually do is, this is a piece of selenite, and I will usually just set that on top there because I feel like that draws in the moon downwards into the solution. So we are in my living room right now. Sorry if you can hear my dog tapping around. She is definitely doing that in the background, but I just wanted to quickly show some of the fun things that I thought lately. So first up is the Woodland Warden's deck. This is an oracle deck by Jessica Rue, and I really love the imagery. She makes great stuff. I have the raccoon print. So the raccoon is on one of the cards in here, but the raccoon is definitely my animal spirit guide. I love raccoons, everything about them. So I got the print for that sits on my desk, but I really loved this when it came out. I was like, oh, I don't need another oracle deck. I should not get this. But then I put it on my wish list, and then my dog got it for me for Mother's Day, which is really my husband getting it, saying it was a gift from the dog. So that was a lot of fun, and I really love it. If you follow me over on Instagram, I already showed this, and I did the deck interview spread on this to just show some of the imagery, but it's really beautiful, great energy, highly recommend. I also have candles here, which you also might have seen on Instagram because I shared this one. This bottom one is called Nulmus and Terracin, They are both from Serpent and Flame, which is a candle shop here in Chicago, actually. And I know this is a Christmas Yule scented candle, but I could not risk it not being in stock when Christmas finally came around. So I just went ahead and ordered it, and totally worth it. I absolutely love the smell of this one. Might be my all-time favorite candle scent. I don't know what they've done, but it is so good. And I just actually finished the Throne of Glass series within the last 2 days. I finished the last Kingdom of Ash book, which I have a lot of feelings on the end of it. The ending is not my favorite. There's a lot of unanswered questions for me still. However, the series overall is one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely loved it. So I do have a Court of Thorns and Roses sitting here to dive into next. But as you will see later in this video, I have to show you my current library haul because I have quite a stack. Even after I finish that Kingdom of Ash book that I have to return to the library, I have a stack more to go. So yeah. After that, I have the Court of Thorns and Roses here to dive into. But anyway, well, this candle smells so good. Highly recommend. Serpent and Flame makes really great wood wick candles. And I also got this one, which is Modern Witch. And there are a few different witch options, which I think is fun. But it is all witch ones like this or book-related ones like this. So I think it's really fun, well-made candles and a lot of great themes, a lot of different book series. So highly recommend. And as for other books that I have here, because I don't always love adding books to my collection, despite all this haul stuff, I usually get books from the library, and I am much more minimal in my own collection, and I only want to keep things that I really love and am going to use. So this one I actually got in the mail from Tanae. She is the Witch of Lupine Hollow on Instagram. She has a website. You have probably taken her quiz on what type of witch are you. So she is really great, and she has a lot of great offerings. There's another book besides this one, and courses, and she does free courses throughout the year, festivals and things. So she is really great. So she sent this to me, and show you here. Actually, signed on the first page. How fun is that? But I have, so far, I'm about halfway through, and so far loving this one. Natural magic is right up my alley. Very folk-based witchcraft. She has so much fun stuff in here. It's a lot of great details and beginner information and background information, but then a lot of recipes as well. And I really appreciate, because most books for some reason don't do this, but she has this in the back that is recipes by plant. So you can look up whatever, like the blackberry here is in the mint tea and the harvest sangria. So then you can go and flip back to find those. And most recipe books do not have it organized by plant. So I really like that. And there's like a huge lavender page, which is one of my favorites. So definitely recommend this one and the Witch of Lupine Hollow in general. And she is going to be on the podcast coming up. Actually, I think that episode is in June, but if not, then it is in July. So stay tuned to hear more from her. I also got this one. I went to my local witch occult store because I needed some herbs, which I probably should have shown in this haul too, but I already packaged them away when I was showing the making everything pretty into jars and organizing better. I already put everything away into there, but I got a couple of things, and while I was there, I saw this book, and this is one where I usually don't buy something just on first sight. I usually read it first, and if I generally like the information and I feel like I would reference it again, then I go ahead and buy the book and add it to my collection. But this, I like saw the cover and I flipped a couple of pages while in store, and I was like, yes, I'm going to like this one. I'm going to use it. I already know, I can just tell. And I have already used it since getting it. I've already made 2 of the things, and I literally got this 3 days ago. So I have already made 2 of the cocktails in here, but it is more than just cocktails. There are just herbal potions in general, a lot of tea options, which I really like. Teas are super easy to make and add magical intentions to, so really like that. But so far have been loving this book, and there are so many things that I want to try. I was planning on going through and annotating it. I never write in my books, and some people, you know, once they're theirs and they own them, they want to write and highlight, and I totally understand that, but I cannot bring myself to do it. So I annotate using page flags, but I thought that if I did that, that every page in here was going to be flagged anyway, so we'll have to see. But absolutely recommend this one so far too. And then lastly was this one, which I have been wanting. I've been seeing it all over Instagram for a while, but this is the Illustrated Herbiary by Maya Toll, and she has a bestiary one with animals and a crystal one as well. There might be a fourth, I'm not sure. But this is the one that really called to me, and it comes with a little deck as well, like a little oracle deck. But this is what it looks like when you flip in. Every herb has this beautiful imagery over here, and then it has, you know, the herb over here and just a little bit, you know, about it. You can see what that page looks like. And then in the next pages, it has the ritual and the reflection to use those herbs and get to know them. And every page goes on like that through the whole book. So I saw this around a ton, and I thought that I would really enjoy using this. I work with herbs a lot. So some in here are ones that I work with all the time, and then some, like this one that I flipped open to, are ones that are completely new to me. So I just really liked the imagery of it. It's not, you know, a sit through. I mean, you can sit through it and read it, but I really appreciate that it has these rituals and reflections on each one to just get to know each herb a little bit more, which is what I do in my practice, very herbalism based, folk based. So this was just a nice addition to my collection, because a lot of my herb and herbalism books are very medical based. They're very much like textbooks and not so much the pretty imagery and witchy magical side of things, because I do use them in teas and things for healing specifically. So I need those textbook type books that have all of the medical information in there. So this is just purely pretty witchy magical side to look at, which I didn't really have anything like this in my collection yet. So really glad that I picked up this one too. And as you can see, it's just a little one, but really enjoyed. So that is my little haul that I wanted to share. Lots of fun stuff. So if you have any of these things that I have shown, let me know. And based on what I got and what I said that I liked in these last 8 minutes, let me know if you think you have any other recommendations of things that I should look into to pick up and grow my collection. Okay, like I said, current book stack from my library is a little aggressive, isn't it? And I already read and returned 2 of them really quick. So this is the one that I said I just finished, Kingdom of Ash, and that is, I mean, it's a honker of a book, but I, like I said, really loved the series, one of my all-time favorites, but need a little more from the ending. So who knows, maybe she'll make another book. And these are the other ones that I picked up that all like came in at the same time. So I have 3 weeks, like less than now, to read everything. So Daughter of the Moon Goddess, I already finished. That is the one that I picked up first. So really enjoyed this one. I actually, for the size of it, sped through it pretty quickly, which is surprising, but really liked that one. There is a second one coming out later this year, I think in October or November. The Heart of the Sun Warrior, I think it's called. The imagery on it is just beautiful. So I do love this one. Doesn't rank in my top favorites, but I enjoy it enough to go ahead and get the second one when it comes out. Kitchen Witchery, I shared in an Instagram story. Really enjoyed this one. There will be a complete review coming up on Patreon for it, because it is one of my all-time favorite kitchen witchery books, which is saying a lot because there are a lot of kitchen witchery books. It's like one of the most popular topics to write about. And I think that's just because you're not repeating too much information, because everybody has different recipes, but just the way that this is laid out and the information that she shares makes it one of my favorites. So highly recommend this one. And this is one that I even might add to my collection. I'm thinking about it. I need to go through and see what I actually own and do a bit of a declutter and organize my tools and supplies. But as you know, we are doing construction, trying to do construction. It's a whole ordeal. But anyway, I don't have the bookshelf like set up and the space for it right now. So I can't keep adding things to my collection until I figure out what I already have, despite the fact that I just showed you the 3 that I added. I'm all over the place, but this is one that is on my potential list to add depending on what I already have. And then these are 3 more fiction books. And yes, I normally share witchcraft books that I add to my collection, but I really enjoy seeing what other people are reading besides witchcraft because yes, I do the podcast every week and I have this YouTube channel, but my whole life is not witchcraft, and I don't think anybody's whole life is their hobbies or their religion. We are many faceted peoples, so I love reading in general. So I wanted to show the other fiction books that I am currently reading. And these are the next 3 on the list that I have, I think, 2 weeks now to get through. But I knocked out Kingdom of Ash in 3 days, so I think I can make it through these. So I got to the Inheritance Games, and this is the first, I think it's a trilogy, correct me if I'm wrong. And this has gotten good reviews as well. And then these 2, Kingdom of the Wicked and Kingdom of the Cursed, I think the Wicked is the first one. And I think there is a 3rd one coming out later this year as well. Somebody told me on Instagram because I shared these because these are ones that I picked up solely based on the cover. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by their cover, but I absolutely did that. And everyone said that they are fantastic, and it was good that I picked them up, that I'm going to love them. Based on, you know, what I've already been showing as fiction books that I'm reading, that I will love these 2. And that I will definitely want to read the 3rd one when it comes out later this year. So those are the 3 that I have on tap that I need to get through now. And I think there are 2 that are already waiting for me again at the library. And I'm gonna have to go pick those up maybe tomorrow sometime, drop off these other 3 that I have already finished, switch those out. So I love Chicago Library. That's definitely one of the perks of living in a big city, is that my library has absolutely everything, and I can request anything to be delivered to my local branch, which is 20 minutes walking, and obviously 3 minutes in car. So I can get anything there, drop it off at any locations, which is really convenient. But yeah, Chicago Library has everything, and they have an area where you can request. So if they don't have a book yet, or there is, you know, new books coming out, like when the 3rd one of this comes out, I can go ahead and put in the request for that. And they usually honor those requests very quickly, especially if they have more than 1 request for that book. They usually add it to the collection really fast. So that is definitely a big perk of city living. I know a lot of people think that city living isn't as witchy because there's not as much nature around, but you know, forest witch isn't the only option. And there's a lot of benefits to living in the big city, but library, absolutely one of them. But for the particularly popular books, you do have to add yourself to the wait list. And I find obviously that physical books come in a lot faster than ebooks. For some reason, everybody wants the ebooks. So those usually have a long wait, but physical books come in relatively quickly, but you can't always plan when they're going to come in. So if there is a line ahead of you of 5 people, they could finish it in 3 days each, or they can take their full 3 weeks. So you never exactly know when they come in. So then sometimes I end up with stacks like this where I get absolutely everything at once. So that is my current stack. Wish me luck. So that is everything for this vlog. Like I said, let me know if there is anything that you want to see in the next one in particular, and I will try to make that happen. But I absolutely appreciate your ideas and specific requests. It helps me out a lot. But otherwise, I will see you in the next one, and I will see you next week for a totally different video, not a vlog. See you then.